Hi everyone, I am Shubham Garg and welcome back to this lecture series of Tanner. So in today's video, we are finally going to see how to create a 16:1 MUX using 8:1 MUX symbol. So if you have not watched the previous videos, I suggest you to watch the previous videos where we have discussed how to create a 2:1 MUX, then a 4:1 MUX using 2:1, then a 8:1 MUX using 4:1 and 2:1 MUX, and now we are going to create a 16:1 MUX using 8:1 and 2:1 MUX. Alright, so this is let me show you the circuit diagram. So you can see here two 8:1 MUX we are going to utilize to create a 16:1 MUX. These are further going to be connected to a 2:1 MUX. Alright, so we have already created the symbols for 8:1 MUX, and we have the symbol for 2:1 MUX as well. So there are 4 select lines in this: S0, S1, S2 and S3. So as you have seen the previous two tables for 2:1 and 4:1, 4:1 and 8:1 MUX. I hope that it is not necessary to show the truth table for this 16:1 MUX. Alright, so without wasting any time, let us move towards creating the 16:1 MUX. So here on the screen we have the 8:1 MUX symbol. First of all, we are going to create a new cell view, and we are going to name it as MUX 16:1. Alright, it should be type schematic, and I'm going to click OK. So this is our schematic, and here I'm going to create the instance for 8:1 MUX symbol. So here is one 8:1 MUX, here is another 8:1 MUX. Okay, I will just move it upwards. Yeah, so now we need to have a 2:1 MUX. So here is our 2:1 MUX. Alright, so let us add the inputs. We will be adding the inputs, all the inputs. It is very laborious task, so anyways we have to do. So these are the inputs, and just imagine if it's a good thing that we had the print voltages and the plots and everything already in these inputs. Just imagine if these were not there, then it should have been a disaster to make all these. So anyways, let's add this quickly. I6, and this is I7. It will be from I0 to I15. Okay, so these three are the select lines. So here I am going to add I8, and then there will be this I9, and then there will be this input, that is I10, alright. So now we will be having I11, and the next input I14, and finally the I15. Alright, so we have all these inputs. Now let's just save the design. Now we need to have some inputs for our select lines. So this is the one. Yeah, this is for one select line. I'm going to name it as a 0. Then there is the input for other select line. I'm going to name it as S1. And finally there is one for S2. Alright, so now I am just going to make the connections. So this is for S1, S0, that's for S1, and that's for S2. Now S2 will be connected with this, S1 will be connected here, and S0 will be connected here, like this. So we have the select lines connected. Now let's collect the outputs. So this output would be connected to this input. This output is there as the input. And there is this output. That is. Now here one more select line, since we need to have 4 select lines here. So there is this S4. Finally, let's add the ground and voltages. Okay. So here is our ground. And just imagine how messed up the plot would be. There will be more than 16 plots for this. Although I am sure that the plots will be correct, but there will be a lot of plots. We are going to create an instance. And this, and finally we are going to add the VDC. So here are the sources, VDC, here like this, and finally our VBit. Alright, so here is our VBit, and these are the instances of VBit. So here is instance 1, instance 2, and instance 3, and finally our 4th instance. And now we just need to add the ground. So here we have ground. Alright, so we have added the grounds as well. Yeah. So now our circuit is complete, and this is how our circuit look like. That is the 16:1 MUX schematic, and we need to add the plots. So here this is the instance. These are the plots, one for here, and finally the one for the output. So these are the plots. Now let's just run the program. Okay, and first let's change the pattern for these. Okay, not 8, it should be actually the 16 bit, 16 kind of thing. No, it's okay. Yeah, it is total 16 bit. So basically you can add anything. So okay, and this I'm going to give the pattern as like this, and here I'm going to give the pattern as 0, 1. These are our patterns. Okay, now let's just save it and let's set up the spice simulation. And just get ready for a lot of plots. We are going to have around 20 plots, because 16 plots, 15 plots, 16 plots will be of the inputs, and 4 plots will be for the select lines. basically there are 21 plots because there is this output plot as well. So let's just save it. Let's save our schematic and run the simulation. Let's hope there are no errors, although there is no scope for errors, like it is fairly clean circuit. So we are going to have some plots. You can see all these traces. Oh my god. So you can see these are the traces, and expand command would create 20 plots in addition to one existing one, but plots are limited to 16. So you can see it is not even creating these plots. So there are a lot of plots, as I said. So it's alright, and I am pretty sure that our circuit is working fine. So this is how you create a 16:1 mux using 2:1 mux, then 4:1 mux, then 8:1 mux. Alright. So this is how you create a 16:1 mux. You can create the symbol of 16:1 mux as well, in the way we are doing in all the videos. Alright, so this is all for this video. See you guys in the next video.